The most hated players. Sports people are a unique breed. They have a higher status in modern culture, and footballers have a larger fan base than others. Given the game's global prominence, most footballers are unquestionably popular. Even with the fame and money, some of these players are not well liked. They are the people who stick out from the crowd, usually because of their comments or behaviour. In football, the word hate is not thrown around lightly. To obtain this moniker, players must consistently be bothersome and irritating over a long period of time. So, in today's video, we are going to give you the top 10 most hated football players. Stay tuned to find out. Number 10. Eden Hazard. Despite not being a bad diver, one of Eden Hazard's worst moments was in 2013, when he kicked a ball boy in order to grab the ball. Hazard's ego and feeling of entitlement have also been evident off the field. He appeared in a video before coming to Chelsea in which he gave cards with team names on them and let his facial expressions suggest whether he would move to them, assuming they all wanted him. Furthermore, Hazard has already decided that after his time at Real Madrid is over, he would return to Chelsea, disrespecting Madrid's fans and assuming Chelsea would have him back at that age. Hazard's move to Real Madrid in 2019 appeared to be more of a money-making exercise than an attempt at greatness. He arrived overweight and unwilling to put in the necessary work on and off the field, scoring only one goal in an admittedly injury-plagued season and being mocked by the media. Number 9. Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets, like his Barcelona teammates Dani Alves and Pedro at the time, pushed simulation to new heights of catastrophic disdain. Many football fans dislike Barcelona as a result of their behaviour, which is unacceptable. However, Busquets is the poorest of the back four, since he dives significantly more frequently and for far more harmless challenges. Number 8. Dele Alli. Despite his youth, Dele Alli has already established a reputation for diving, which says a lot. So, if you think he should not be on this list, give it some time and you will probably reconsider. He was booked for diving 3 times between 2015 and 2018, more than any other player. While playing for England in 2017, he looked to give the referee the middle finger. Another aspect is that Dele Alli does not appear to be living up to his early potential, which frustrates fans of both his club and his country. Number 7. Ashley Young. Ashley Young most likely signed for Inter Milan in 2020 to escape his reputation in England, which is understandable given Ashley's difficulty staying on his feet. Perhaps he has a chronic inner ear infection. More than likely, he has a nasty proclivity to cheat anytime the opportunity presents itself. The data speaks for itself. Young won 11 penalties in 200 Premier League games before the end of 2012, and he proceeded to lose his balance in subsequent seasons. There is nothing wrong with winning penalties when you have been legitimately fouled, but even his own manager at the time, Alex Ferguson, admitted he fell dramatically for one of his penalties for Manchester United in the 2011-12 season. David Moyes also warned about his diving during the 2013-14 season. Other managers and analysts have been less circumspect in their language, openly labelling him as a cheater and diver. Number 6. Diego Costa. Diego Costa is notorious for his nasty temper and lashing out at other players, which has resulted in multiple charges for violent behaviour, many of which are for stamping on opponents. Costa appears to engage in psychological warfare during games, attempting to generate the confrontations in which he is involved. Consistent with this, Costa's Chelsea teammate at the time, Kurt Zouma, claimed in 2015 that Costa enjoys cheating. This lack of dignity and integrity is possibly why he mocked Seamus Coleman about his own goal in 2014, and why, despite his hard man persona, he pretends to be injured when there is only minor contact. Number 5. Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos has spent his whole career as Real Madrid's dirtiest player. At the time of writing, Ramos owns the La Liga record with 26 red cards. With a couple of years till he retires, that figure could increase much further. Ramos is a hard-tackling defender with a bad temper and a predilection for kicking and elbowing his opponents. Ramos will even use his hands to prevent the opponents from scoring. This has turned him into a universally despised player, causing outbursts of laughter whenever he balloons a penalty into the stands. Number 4. Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling, then 20, was quick to take the money and leave the squad that made him famous, Liverpool. After initially rejecting Manchester City's advances, Liverpool was obliged to make the move when Sterling seemed to feign an ailment in order to avoid training. Fans of all stripes booed him after the move. In 2019, Sterling grabbed England teammate Joe Gomez by the neck and inquired if he was still the big man. He later claimed that emotions got the better of me, but he was fired from the team. Given his age, I predict Sterling's emotions to lead to several more situations like this in the future. Finally, Sterling's diving is worth highlighting because while there are worse actors, or should we say excellent actors, he is still up there with the greatest. Number 3. Luis Suarez. Where can we even start with this wretch? Most fans remember Luis Suarez as the man who handballed on the goal line to avoid a certain goal against Uruguay in the 2010 World Cup. He bit an opponent with Ajax. Suarez was often accused of diving after winning a handful of penalties for Liverpool after coming to the Premier League. Then there is the suspension for racially insulting Patrice Evra. The Uruguayan vampire then bit Branislav Ivanovic in a 2013 match against Chelsea, and Giorgio Chiellini in the 2014 World Cup play against Italy. Number 2. Ronaldo. Apart from his constant diving to get fouls and penalties and his inclination to be a petulant whiner, Ronaldo has not done much wrong. However, 3 factors may have acted to exacerbate his flaws. He made his name at Manchester United, so he was always going to be reviled by the rest of the footballing world. Football fans despise his preening boy band style because he wears jewelry and uses hair gel, so he looks like a Ken doll. He is simply a very excellent football player who will attract fouls from his opponents. Number 1. Neymar. Neymar is a controversial player, but it is reasonable to say that many football fans dislike him for reasons other than scoring against their clubs. Regardless of how many fouls he gets, Neymar has a well-deserved reputation for diving, exaggerating contact, and writhing in fake agony before being fully fine and at the peak of his game minutes later. Neymar's dubious character first surfaced in 2010 when he was involved in an incident with popular Santos manager Dorival Jr., which resulted in the manager's dismissal. Throughout his career, he has shown contempt for players, coaches, and referees, earning multiple red cards. After 4 years with Barcelona, Neymar went to PSG, which plays in the lower-tier French league, in 2017. The transfer appeared to be motivated more by money than football. Finally, Neymar's style of play is extremely selfish. He would rather do everything himself than involve his teammates, which he occasionally does, but these mistakes can cost his team and frustrate supporters. Do you hate any of these players? Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. That will be all for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and hit the notification bell so you get an update whenever we upload any video. Thank you.